Come and get started on a new mission, a new direction, a new intention. Welcome to 5.8G Alive at Connections 50 Plus. I am Terry-Ann Joseph Brathwaite.
And I am Jennifer Gibbons Joseph, catering to all your prospects in the third act of life.
Economic well-being, social gratification, personal fulfillment.
Join us on Wednesday at 6 p.m. on Connections 50 Plus Facebook page, YouTube channel,
and on Gael the Caribbean.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Connections 50 Plus 5.8G Alive. I am Jennifer Gibbons Joseph, one of the co-creators of Connections 50 Plus. And as usual, with me is my colleague.
Hello and welcome. I am Terry-Ann Joseph Brathwaite, the other co-creator of Connections 50 Plus. How is everyone going?
Great. So, Terry, and we had a nice long weekend. Celebration of Diwali, everyone just having fun out there and the prayers and all the things that go with Diwali. And now we're moving into November. Christmas season is here. Christmas season is here. So we are starting our Christmas celebration. Later on, we will tell you all about what we have planned. So we are talking a lot today or more on Christmas, right? So let's move into being in a tribe, and our whole tribe, we will discuss what changes, has happened for us from the early days to now. So, Terry, we're thinking we love Christmas, right? We love the Christmas.
This is my
Carnival and all the seasons. But Christmas is my favorite. I feel it's Terry-Ann's favorite too. It might beat out Carnival, Terry-Ann. Or they're on the same level.
As far as I'm concerned, these are the 6 months of the year that are relevant. September, October to March.
So we are
thinking, no competition between them. They're evil.
We are thinking at this time, how has Christmas changed for us? Because now I always enjoy Christmas, so the changes, and there are a couple of changes, but all good, all good, because we're still having fun. What I would say in terms of changes, is how I will normally prepare for Christmas, area. So, all right, so we in October, we're going into November. But you see from the October, when they have all these sales, you see in, all the stores, all the companies advertising, down to the financial institutions starting to advertise the loan, Christmas loan. The stores advertising, you could come in and you get specials, or you can just pay down and you have 3 months to pay the rest, all these enticing things. So I would have been, when I'm in a workplace, of course, and you're expecting your salary, or in my case, commissions coming in, and we planning the bonus. We are signing already, what are going to buy, what are going to change, because Christmas is not Christmas if you don't bring in something new in the house. You suddenly find some appliance not working good, or the chair should be, I want to fix the chair again. And you see so many modern things, So yeah, I will have been looking at all that, checking who have it cheaper, who have the better one, actually going out to the stores to see, actually check out the couch, sit down on it, check out the fridge, check out whether buying or not, just the whole atmosphere. So that was me from October. Not again. Not again. And that, wait, I had a lot of fun doing it. Not that I was splurging, huh? But just the idea of, as you say, window shopping. Oh, that made me very happy. And give me a lot of ideas. So maybe even if I couldn't buy that particular appliance or furniture, I get an idea how to change around the furniture, how to, we used to cover over, let me tell you, Terry, we used to cover over the cushions and then, you go you go and buy material and you have to give it in early to make new cushion covers and that and thing. I'm not doing that again. What? I have downsized a lot, so I don't have space. I don't have space for too much furniture. I still like the idea of checking out what's out there, but I'm checking it out from the ads. Oh, now, of course, in the modern time, you could go online easy and see. You don't have to leave the house, but going actually to the store was fun. But now I stuck to it. I'm not as mobile, but I am very
That
happy.
is what keeping you out of the store.
Let me tell you, but if a friend call and say you want to go, I'm going, huh? But I wouldn't be purchasing. I don't need to. I don't need to as before, but I still get excited, seeing what is out there, what's new, what's modern.
Mhm.
And I guess many of you all thinking the same way. Are you really making certain changes or you still going about, as before? What you doing, Tarian? What you think?
We talk about that, and I've never been a shopper. I've
Okay.
really, and I'm thinking now and I'm saying, but wait, I think about how my mother prepared for Christmas, and I even think about my grandmother. And the one activity with my grandmother, we all used to go to, it seemed as though the whole of Christmas was done on Christmas Eve night because all of us had to go and it was vanishing chair and
True.
painting, whitewashing the stones and put paint in the step with the red paint and and all and the big she had an outside oven that fire on top and fire below.
Yeah.
And she would be making sweet bread and stuff like that. So it was just this one thing. And I'm talking and thinking about it, and I'm seeing a thread in terms of what is important for me for Christmas. So it was really about getting the house ready to receive guests. So it was clean, it was prep for cooking,
Yeah.
baking, so that we could receive guests. And when I think about even my childhood, people have the yeah, model Ivan Jenny Abud must see them. The curtain changing and stuff like that. My mom, we had sets drapes, so you might do that change every 5 years or
Yeah.
something like that. So again, the focus of Christmas was really a preparation to receive family and guests. So the memories are smells and stuff like that. And when I think about me, I've been living where I'm living for 34 years, and I have 3 sets of curtains. Which is and the joke is standard. My Christmas tree is hanging this year is the
Yeah.
second year. So my memories of Christmas are about preparations, is menu planning and what new way could you present some menu and what's going to be there, what you're making and it wasn't so much the cake and the ginger beer and stuff, it was a meal. And just last weekend I was talking to my sisters and we were talking about our preparations, and it was, who is coming and what's going on and things like that. But even then, yes, you always have the
Yeah.
busyness of it, because whether you are out shopping and looking at the curtains and looking at the furniture and things like that, there was always a busyness and a hustle. And what I have found, for me, I am still very, very excited by the preparations, but Jennifer, everything outsourced. So now it's a coordination function. So it's a discussion with my dear friend who's the caterer. All right, so what are we having for Christmas? It's a discussion with the guy who, dear Steve. Steve, when you come in to paint, when you come in to do this and that. And I suppose, as we age and as we evolve, as you use the word, let it go, release, let go. It doesn't change the joy of what you do, but it certainly changes how you do it. I'll arrange to have a crew come in to clean the house, a deep clean, top to toe. I ain't painting nothing and I ain't scrubbing nothing. And in a way, and I am thinking here, when I was working and you had that income flow, you did a lot of all of this yourself. You did a lot of it because it was part of the hustle and the bustle. Now I'm on fixed income and here I am outsourcing. But I don't feel constrained. I don't feel that, oh my God, one is more expensive than the other, or whatever it is. But I feel so much more relaxed. I feel so much more. Is it relaxed or I'm moving at a slower pace? I have to really figure out whether it is relaxed or whether it is I am getting older, so I'm moving slower. But the excitement of Christmas for me at this stage versus say 20 years ago, I'd be very hands-on, and you're thinking of in terms of what's to get, how you're organizing stuff for the children, gift giving. I've never been a big gift giver. I tell the whole family, Christmas they come to my house. It's open house. Eat and drink as much as they want. So the purchasing really had to do with get the house ready and everybody be together, come together, and really have a fantastic day. The end result is the same. Our home is still the gathering point for both sides of the family. But the way that I do it, I realize I have gone to outsourcing, and I'm now a project manager, a conductor in an orchestra. But none of the joy and excitement that, I'm thinking from being a child 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, going to my grandmother's house Christmas Eve to help her bake and paint and all that kind of stuff, to even in our home with my parents to now. The feeling is very much the same, but how it's done, a little different.
Well, Terry, I am not going back so far in childhood. That is a lot of going back. So, but in terms of looking at the changes, you spoke about outsourcing. So I am going back to the point, the aspect when I, got married, have my own home and my own family. So I'm dealing it from there. Way back before is the country style preparation, etc. What I pulled from that, how I operated or how I am, the things I decided to do on Christmas time that gave me joy, of course, I took from my childhood in terms of what I was very happy doing. Let me put it that way. Shopping was always my thing. And my mother sewed, so she made everything. So we always going into town with her to look for fabric, to look for something. And the other thing with my mom, she made a lot of stuff to sell. So we had these, what we call the planters, the plant hangers. They make these crochet things. And in those days, you put it in your gallery and all that. So we always going to buy something, whether material and thing for her to make. She did crochet. She did all these things. So and we lived we lived Belmont at the time, so we in town. We in town. All right. So that stayed with me, into my adulthood as having my own family up to this day. To shop it. What changed though, for me, because I was on the field, I was in the insurance field, and we worked down to the end. And that was, I mean, that was requirement of my to be out there on the field. I always outsource things even then. So outsourcing for me is easier. When I say outsource, and you all say, I'm not a cook, I am not, I was never one to do the baking and the preparation of the ham or anything like that. I ordered everything. I had a neighbor loved to cook and do things. And at that time, she worked in this particular meat hot, one of those places. And they had specials that you can get your pork, your ham, your turkey, everything packaged for a certain amount from
Yes.
very early, even before they had that special offer. I just used to give her the money. She would do all that for me. And this is way back. I always, so I would call that is outsourcing for me. Um, the same thing with the cleaning of the house because I didn't have time. I really, really felt after I was on the field and I have no time. I did find time, which was relaxing for me. My break was to go to the stores. So when I want to cool down, I really say, okay, let me just take a break and refresh myself. For me, it was going to the stores and shop. I'm a shopper. Could be a lot of window shopping, but a shopping. All right. That idea, the idea of not changing curtains was new to me because I every year I would visit a friend I had in New York at the time. She had a beautiful home, really nice, really beautiful. Everything's nice about it. And then we were talking, and she said, something curtains come up. She said, Jennifer, I don't change curtain. And I said, no, I mean, I don't change curtain because I come from you. You're changing curtain. Easter, you're taking it down and you're putting. When Christmas, you change your curtains. And after Christmas, and then by Easter time, you take down the curtains you put up for Christmas and you're putting up your Easter curtains. Remember, my mother sewed, right? So I know about changing curtains, Easter time, changing curtains, Christmas time, right? And she told me that. I was shocked. I mean, it's okay, but it was new to me. It haven't changed me up to today. I still like changing curtains. So before in the earlys, you would buy the longest I kept a curtain because there was a time with you do custom drapes. So when I did buy my home and I wanted nice custom drapes and thing, they told me, hey, you're not going and take down that and changed it. So I made sure it was something that I could have lived with for a while. And I did that. But now, as I downsize, I don't have much windows in there. I love the idea of so I change curtains. And I am not advertising for Popular Model Life. I don't need to advertise to them. But because of ready-made curtains now, it's so easy, and I just have two windows to try. So I still like the changing of the curtains. And as I said, I still out, so somebody have to come. Now I don't have much of the cleaning and housework to do, but anytime it gets a bit heavy, I will always get somebody to do it for me. So that I must have, and that's tradition, I must have my ginger beer, all the things that makes me feel good. All the ginger beer and the sorrel and the rum punch and everything that is Christmas. I have it. I order it. I order everything. So the shift for me is I'm not shopping, actually spending money as before. Let me put it that way. I could look at things and say, okay, all right, I don't really need to change it. Or if I do, I will add something to what I have, but something small. So I'm not making any big purchases. And even in terms of the amount of food and things, because I don't need to do that
Just you.
again.
It's just
I'm
you.
not, and like you do a lot of big family entertaining. My family has dwindled a lot. So even then, and even then I cater it. I cater it. Let me talk on this too with family traditions. Before our family tradition, gift giving, you buy gifts. Everybody buy gifts, right? Later on, we decided, you know what? We can't buy gift for everybody again. So we do, you decide what you're doing. We eventually I started it only the young ones, my parents and my nieces, nephew, children. But my sisters and the adults, we didn't exchange gifts again. But that I know, growing up, right through up until the children got so big, gifts started to get so expensive that that has changed. But gift giving is something that we do a lot. What's the other tradition of with my parents, we go to all of us, we would go to their home every Christmas without fail. Everybody and their families will go there. So after with my mom's death and things, we don't do that. Of course, we do have that main family house. So we all now very small gatherings, not big. I miss that too. I miss that. I love the idea when we got all the children get together and everything. I miss that. I tried to do it with just my little family of two. So, but it is enjoyable. It's enjoyable. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. My sense of, the culture really continues because you had the thing called the right through,
Yeah.
where they were they were paranging without a parang ban. And you had a close circle of friends, and my parents would go one to the other, and during the daytime
Yeah.
hours, the children will go with them, and in the night times, and then daddy will go out, and so you find that tradition went from packing 5 or 6 visits into into one day. Now it's
Mhm.
spread across.
Right.
Really is, it even comes down to how we how we decorate, how we put things in. Because what I've found is, and as I said, I realized that for me it hasn't changed. This has not changed a whole lot because the house is set up. It's set up in a way that people and food change the decor. But there are no decorations.
Right.
But it will be the people and the songs and what you're eating will change. And in fact, that has become more and more elaborate, I am finding, and it is because I I'm more into to hosting and serving and preparing and so you're just bringing people. So a lot of the decor is standard. We had a joke, a running joke. I had a blow up Santa Claus, and poor fella, he used to sit on the upstairs by there's a porch upstairs, and then he went and sat outside. He got bleached. He went from red, black and white, and then green. Something green was on him.
Yeah.
Till he was just cream. And I remember I probably gave him his last rites about, I think it might have been about 5 or 6 years ago, and it was so sad, because he was a standard bearer in my house for Christmas. He was
It's too old that
he was a standard bearer, and even though he was bleached, poor fella, because it was an outside decor, a kind of stuffed like a scarecrow, but a Santa Claus. And he was the marker for my house. I was so sad when I had to get rid of poor Santa Claus. But he's gone and not replaced. And a lot of so in terms of my home, these Christmas tree hanging up 7 years now. It's hanging up is a handmade Christmas tree. I still love the traditions. I put up my creche, and every Christmas, I think I have a tradition of I would buy a Christmas plant that would come into the house, whether it is poinsettias or some really, really beautiful plant that symbolizes the life-giving force of the season, or something like that. I would do something like that. And that tradition, now that I come to think of it, the last couple of years, I didn't do it, and I want to believe it's because probably of mommy's passing 3 years now.
Okay.
So I think this Christmas I'm going to get back into that and get my get my symbol of life to come into the house. But there isn't a lot of lights and decorations. There was old Santa sitting down outside watching everybody from the porch. But again, and I think it goes, one of the changes, because we probably, when we worked, we were, and as you say, you're in your accumulation stage. And now it is really, I look at all this stuff, I am really in a contented place where I can sit and look at what I have with appreciation, with gratitude, with happiness, and really appreciating the things. So there's really little to add. And so, we talked about decluttering, to leave space.
Yeah.
It is more bringing in people and bringing in good energy and bringing in good ideas, as opposed to bringing in things. So when I was planning for Christmas, I'm looking around the place and saying, what do I have to do? No, it's not what I have to do. What we're going to eat, what we're going to drink. For me to do my online order for delivery and to arrange with.
I don't do,
Be fun.
as I said, I don't do the entertaining in a big sense. I could have a few friends come over, so I don't have to do much when it comes into, as I said, the cooking or that kind of preparation. However, I like the lights. I like the lights. I like the decorations. I grew up with us going on, of course, cutting the Christmas tree, cutting the pine tree, and setting it up before and all that, and getting the cotton and putting underneath. And of course, we moved in with my own family. You have the ready-made the Christmas tree. And now, even better now, you could fold it. So you move from that
You
into
just put a
folding.
bag over the decorated Christmas tree.
Right. So
Or like
Must
to
have
hang
the
it up.
Christmas tree. So now though, the change is I don't have space for a Christmas tree. And I am thinking you put it in the porch, but somehow if the rain falls too heavy, it just messes it up. So I have been looking at lighting my the tree outside, putting lights around the pot because modern times now. Before we didn't do that. You just have your plants there. You clean up, you paint up the plant pots and all that. Now you have all the decor you can stick into the plants and and you don't have to plug in anything because it's solar lights. So I'm having a good time. Actually, I am right now looking to order some solar lights because the ones I had, let me say this. When you buy the cheap ones, it only lasts sometimes it don't even last through the full season, right? But I don't want any. I have no storage space. So, you know, so I'm buying those that I don't have to the season. So you may find why you spending that money and you have to dump it, but it makes me feel good seeing all the lights, right?
And that's the
I have
thing.
no storage place to put anything in any box.
Hmm.
So, and then I don't have this big Christmas tree, as I said, I don't have this space. So I like the idea of, the modern way of making a Christmas tree is not actually the tree, but you could make it with balls and you could. So I love doing that. So that makes me happy. While you're happy cooking and preparing, I, I happy that decorating. But the thing about it is that we enjoy the season.
Yeah.
It is not before Terry and I would say, I'll make a list. I made this list. So what you have to buy, the cost of this, what the gifts will cost, what this will cost, and your budget. Oh gosh. Big. So looking at the bonus because the bonus have to go into that, spend a lot of money, which I don't mind. I have no regrets doing it. But now I say, but I don't need no money. I don't need much money. I look at it and say, oh, Shannon, for the lights and costs and that sort of thing. What else you need to do? Anything else is nothing big. So I'm quite comfortable and the changes I don't mind that, but I am happy that, I don't have to be spending a set of money on that, you
Hmm.
know. And I don't need to change, getting rid of things, not adding. There's no additions. But that my joy of decorating and lighting up and going into the stores but now online. So spending a lot, I have time, right? I have a lot of time. So and you could go, foreign and local. And so I'm having a good time to see what's the latest out there, what type of decor they're
Mm-hmm.
using now,
And
what
there's
are
so
the
many nice
colors.
Christmas markets and
Oh,
stuff like that.
yes,
Not that
yes.
I go
So
to any of them, but
I go, Tarian, I
yeah.
go. And I like to change my colors too for the Christmas.
Mm.
So I will look around and say, what's the color they're using now? Because before you just red or gold. Now, oh gosh, you could use any color. And I love that because I like color.
Mm.
So yeah, so those are the type of changes, but it's fun.
Mm.
It's a lot of fun and it gives me that joy, to celebrate this season.
Definitely, definitely. No, I think that's a really special thing about Christmas. One of the things that I am especially enjoying now, as I talked about it, is looking at how, and as I was talking, and I talked about my grandparents, my parents, and now that me and my siblings have our families, and you
Yeah.
have adult children coming into the mix. And I always remember when we made the transition from the family home, me and my parents' home, and I realized that it was too much for my mother. I mean, she wanted to still go at it, but she couldn't do it. And it was too much trouble for me to go and do work in her house and still do
Yeah.
work in mine. So I said, no, 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 everything come into my house. Shut this operation down. And it worked out wonderfully. And, now I'm looking at it and seeing my sons occupying a bigger and bigger part of the Christmas Day
Yes.
experience with their friends and family and stuff, so that you still have, so you're seeing the elders looking on at the adult children. And
Yeah.
I think being in this cohort, that gives me a great sense of joy that the tradition of being together, sharing a meal, and
Mhm.
just that vibing, that loving, that it's Christmas. It's a time that everybody makes a decision. Okay, we heading there, and Boxing Day we go in there, and New Year's Day we go in there. That tradition, that's what I call our parangin.
Yeah.
It stays, and I just so happy that our children, and I'm talking about all the children, all the
Right.
cousins and so on, still have that. They're all like-minded and want to be there. Even one of my sisters, my eldest sister, said, I'm coming home for Christmas because she wants to join the parangin, you know? So I think that now that we are on the third act stage, it's interesting to see how a tradition that we've received from our parents or grandparents that we cultivated, how it's transitioned and how the next generation chooses to celebrate Christmas, whether we see similarities or whether they're branching out into their own traditions, because you have families, adjacencies coming
Yeah.
in and all that kind of stuff. So that's an interesting thing that I'm looking at, and I'm really enjoying this year especially.
Yeah, and that tradition, as I said, we I grew up with knowing that we all gather by my parents by their home for Christmas. But what I have to do now with my both daughters, well, alone, they're on their own. I have to work out now that they can't do lunch is not having lunch with me is not working out good for them because they have their family lunch to deal with. So what we have done, I must, okay, let me do the brunch. I can't say breakfast because they get in a plate. And then I want to be able, I maintain my tradition of I go to church Christmas morning. I'm not in the night because I'm not doing any housework or anything. So I have a good night rest and I get up and I go to church in the morning. So by the time I get back, then and they have their thing to do and they come. So I started a tradition of doing brunch, so giving them that time, whether they prefer the lunch time or dinner, because when we say brunch, that brunch, not that brunch going into the lunch. So it gives them time to go with their family, their in-laws,
Mhm.
to have to celebrate Christmas because you have the children involved also. So so that's a change, but it's a positive change. There's nothing negative about it. The main thing is that we get together.
Yeah. And then
Um,
you could use the other days of the season, because that's
yeah,
what we do in our family. It's just
mhm,
broken up. So there's Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Boxing Day,
right.
and better if it's on a weekend and you have an extra day.
But
Somebody takes a day. And that's how the
let me,
paranging goes.
for me though,
Mhm.
um, as a child we go paranging.
Mm.
Um, what has changed for me now? I don't do the Christmas visits. I don't. That was never a part of me. By the time we do the family and we will visit, so we do the family by my mom and that family at the family home on Christmas Day,
Mhm.
and then the New Year's, and we because there's a lot of siblings, so we just take turns by going there. Now with the changes and who oversees and who, it's not done again. But I never did visit friends. It was always family during this time. So now the family has dwindled. I find myself bored at bored at home. When it run leave on Christmas Day by 2, 3 o'clock, I home restless, saying I wish I had where am I going?
Yeah.
You-
You have to create
That's
a
the
new
only thing
tradition.
I have to adjust to.
Yeah.
So
Or
that
create a new tradition. Create a friend line for Boxing Day.
I can, I just
Oh, yeah.
never. Last year, I think was the first year I felt it.
Mm.
As I said, we don't have that, you know, but that's something let me look at for this year actually. I don't want, I don't want to be home in the evening bored. But
I think that is something that our cohort needs to look at because at the end of the day, if Christmas is essentially and any of the big holidays, no matter whether it was Diwali, whether it was Eid, whether whatever it was, if they are essentially family oriented days, and usually it would center around us. And
yeah,
as part of
yes,
our preparation for the future, we need to recognize that our children are older, they have their partners, they have children, and it's so two sets of parents, grandparents,
yeah,
and stuff like that. And probably a good tradition will be to take one of the holidays, whether it is Boxing Day, New Year's Day, or just decide on a evening in the week between Christmas and New Year's, 7 days, where you have a friend line.
yeah,
And you I mean it could be done so easily. It could be a Dutch party, a Christmas Dutch party, and so
hmm
that after you have your little snippet with the grand and the children, you could get busy afterwards planning for that.
And
That's the
because too, Boxing Day was a day that we again, so we'll go by one sister Boxing Day, and in New Year go by an next sister, and and we do it like that. And I found my friends most had the same type of tradition. But
Mhm.
as I say, I would look at it because I have many friends who like me now.
Yeah,
They
because
end
how
up
it
there alone home,
does, yeah.
So I would yeah, I could do that because I really like celebrating the season.
It could be a leftover line because I'm sure everybody, no matter what you do for Christmas, whether it is
Yeah.
brunch or lunch or dinner, there is some leftover.
Oh
So we
yeah,
can have a 5.8 G, each of us in our little circles can have a 5.8 G leftovers line.
I
Everybody
would look at that
bring
because
something. Yeah.
last Christmas was the first time I recognized, say, what's happening here? I'm bored at home. What am I? Where to go? What to do? You know? In the earlies, and the difference again, in addition to visiting family, traditionally there's a particular friend who had this like party late. They have like a Boxing Day fete, we used to call it. So when it's about 6 o'clock, not I think by
Mhm.
6 when they feel everybody did all their visiting,
Yeah.
you go to that fete. That was nice.
Yeah.
But again, all these things kind of like
I think
take mind away.
part of it is that, and again, we touched on this last week, where we really have to realize that this is another change in life,
Oh yes.
and we have to fill the gap. We have to take action to fill the gap because
Yeah.
there's the report Christmas is a period that people are loneliness,
Mm-hmm.
especially for our cohort, is
Yeah.
extreme because I mean, especially if you have the early shifts, the breakfast or the brunch,
Right. That's what happened.
because your children's family unit is where you were before, and all eyes on you. They have little children now.
Yes.
They must create Christmas for. So grandma, or grandpa has to come to that. And then
Mm-hmm.
they have another set of parents. So naturally they have to hurry up and leave. They
Yeah.
have to, because as I remember it, our Christmas celebrations, my grandparents were one of the stops, and I have a memory of them being in the home, but they were not central. And so now we are the grandparents, we
Yes.
are not central. So it is our children who are the parents that are central. So it really says that for those of us who are empty nesters and have shorter family time, we have to create our own traditions and
Yeah.
and create another line to fill in for when the children go out, because that is something. My sons are still at home, so I don't see that, but I
Yeah.
could very well see that when they have their families and so on, I'm going to be like, wait, I might still be cooking up or preparing a big meal. And I look and say, y'all didn't eat the food.
No, that's something, huh? Yeah.
I'll have to get, because I don't think I'll ever stop preparing meals. So I'll have to find people to come and eat.
Mhm. You
So,
know?
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I'll have to find people to come and eat, and my husband will have to find people to come and drink all the drinks that he will have in the house.
Sorry. When that time come, you will go.
I think that one of the definite changes for the future is to create a Christmas tradition around friends.
Yeah.
As families shrink, but friend circles certainly expand, and that's something that 5.8G really has to consider in a serious way to continue
And
our joys. you know.
find ways. I still do. Well, it hasn't much changes because I mean we're talking about what has changed for us. But the I love the Christmas music around. I like all now. I just love hearing all the parang and it makes me feel so good. Um, so I still like the traditionally old time. Well, they're not going out as that. I love the soca parang um from way back when it just started. So you find me going, thank God they have YouTube and thing you could go on and play back those old tunes. So I love that. I just love doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, these songs, and as I said, Christmas for me is a very sensory thing. It's
Mm.
sights, sounds, smells, taste. That it's very much um those things. It's less of objects and so on. And the thing about it with all of that, I have tons of pictures of all kinds of things, but you're so caught up in it. I have very few pictures of our Christmas celebrations, and they are so rich. I think this year I have to be very
Tito
deliberate about taking pictures, because every year it's the one time there'll be in excess of 30 people in the house, could be as much as 50, all generations, and we are so caught up in just friends and family. It's not all family, it's friends
Mhm.
and family, you know, that there are very few images of Christmas limes. And that too is another thing that I'm reflecting on as I'm planning in terms of capturing memories
Yeah.
and
Uh-huh.
having it in a place where it's accessible. I have one of the aura frames, and
You could do that,
it,
yeah.
it's so fantastic. Sometimes you're passing and you're thinking about somebody, and they come up,
Yeah.
they look at you, or you remember something, or it jolts a memory. And as I was doing my planning, I'm saying, but wait, I don't have pictures of. Why don't I have pictures? No, because I'm busy talking and laughing and eating and drinking, and
And the
everybody
modern thing now is to take
pictures.
the modern thing now is to take photos of your food. You know, all the foodies, you see all the
Yeah.
different
No, I have pictures of all the foods. I have
oh, you have
all
you
the
see,
menus are cataloged. All the menus.
okay, okay. You see,
Oh no,
but not the people.
when the table is spread, I do a video of it. So I look at it to see, all right, what do I want to pull back? But
Okay.
once the party starts, no pictures,
No people, food.
no people. You just have the memory.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that I am more focused on if there's a change to be more into capturing the moments and capturing the peoples,
Right.
because in 20 years I don't know how many of us may be there. I don't know. So far, thank God, it's at the grandparent level. Not no, well, my brother won't be there, but most of the on all sides, the siblings of the
Yeah.
children are intact and the other generations. So I think one of the traditions I'm going to start this year is making sure that we're more deliberate about capturing those
Yeah, the family
and,
gatherings. Yeah.
and friends, capturing those moments and having it there. Because I mean, we've had some fantastic times and there are no records. Probably for the better.
But the younger ones tend to take a lot of photos now. So
Not
yeah.
my set. Even they have no
Yeah, they don't
record.
have time.
No, no. They will be in the middle of the line.
Mhm.
so, but it's getting better. I think for the like during the year, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Easter, those kinds of times, we have pictures of those. But for
Yeah.
Christmas, when you really have that big set, so I am going to I think that's one of the changes, not a old to new, but going forward,
An additional thing to
the
do. Yeah.
the recording of the event for posterity, When my great grandchildren, hopefully there's still a digital format. They say, "Who's that lady?" Is it as your great grandmother? I think that
That's a great idea. Yeah.
yeah, that and the friend line in the
No, I'm
Christmas
gonna do
season.
that. I'm gonna plan that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because we know our cohort, we have all kinds of energy and all that. But Christmas remains such a beautiful, beautiful time. It's really special, special. The
Yeah,
way
to get
people
together, to
interact,
share. Mhm.
definitely, definitely. So, Jennifer, we have to talk about, we might talk about family getting together and stuff like that. So, let's end this segment and talk about the real get together.
Mhm.
Good. So, Jennifer, last week we told them to save the date, and we have more news. What's going on? 23rd of November.
Yes, 23rd of November. So we have finalized. We spoke a lot before about us and the tradition and changes. One thing haven't changed, every year we love to celebrate. So Connections 50 Plus as usual, we invite our tribe and your friends to really join us, and that's on a Sunday for Christmas lunch, a Christmas luncheon we are having. And we start at 11 and we going on. You could have your lunch, sit down, hang. You have up to 5 to really sit and enjoy yourself and just have fun. We used to have a lot of fun at these things, huh? All our events, every time. They love the karaoke, like the entertainment, the dancing. So we're gonna have a lot of fun on that day. And it's at Rice Blues Cafe, that's on Rice Road. We told you last week, convenient. Listen to me. You have the parking, it's right there. And you're coming on a Sunday, so no traffic at all, at all, at all. Very, very convenient. Um, Well, the food, listen to me. There is not a time that we have been at Cafe Blues that the food hasn't been great. So could you imagine a Christmas menu? I should let Terry tell you about that because,
Lunch. It's going to be
but at Christmas, I mean, that luncheon gonna be, it will be something else as usual.
yeah.
Right. What else is this? So for you all to come, we have the date, we have the cost of $400, just $400, and you get in that really nice, sumptuous Christmas lunch. Of course, we have our Christmas drink to go with it, and there's a paid bar,
Yeah.
because for those, we don't have many drinkers, but if you want something to drink, if you want to take a little thing, there's the
Oh,
bar.
we have drinkers. We have
Well,
the
we
mudslide
do have
people. We
drinkers.
have the wine people. We have
Oh
the
yes,
cocktail people.
oh
We have
yes.
drinkers. We have
So you
drinkers.
all know they have a well at Kaiser Blues, they have
That's
a
why we're
well-stocked bar.
customers.
So you have a well-stocked bar, the seating, everything is really, really comfortable. It's really a comfortable space. The decor is beautiful. So there's nothing else to add to it. I am sure when you all come, you will have a great, great time. So
And
yeah.
remember too that we're in Kaiso Blues, and as we were saying just now, Christmas is a time to get together. So what
Yeah.
is Kaiso Blues known for? Music, entertainment. Kaiso. Carl and Carol Jacobs are anxiously looking forward to host us, and this time it's going to be lunch, not
Mhm.
brunch. It's going to be different, and the resident DJ is going to be there. So it is also a party. Oh, and lunch is going to be served from 12 to 2.
Two.
So we
Yeah.
start at 11, we get together, we mingle, we hang out, we have our lunch from 12 to 2. And then for the rest of the evening, a straight party. It's fun, it's dancing, it's entertainment, it's karaoke. It's doing what we just talked about, the line with the friends. you know. So get your dancing shoes ready, get your Christmas dandan ready, come with the hand in the belly in the hand.
And belly. Eh,
And it is going to be a wonderful time. I mean, we start off Christmas, and every year our Christmas event is just a tremendous amount of fun. And we have to really thank the Kaiso Blues, because Jennifer, I will put this in here. I mean, yes, costs are going up and so on, but they
mhm.
have really, really worked with us to make this thing remain affordable. Oh boy.
No,
You're looking at you're looking at the cost of things, and they have really worked with us. So for $400, we really put together a wonderful entertainment package, and we are looking forward to starting kicking off our Christmas season, Christmas carnival season with you on the 23rd of November.
So tell your friends because listen, I'm sure there are friends, you have some friends who have nowhere to go and would be very, very eager and happy to come out and enjoy themselves. That might be their only Christmas function, you know. So yeah, we're looking forward to seeing you all. You just give us a call, you have all the information we'll show, and just come out and enjoy yourself.
It just came to my head. Everybody should just bring a little gift, and we'll put it in our brand tab, and we'll have a gift exchange like that.
Didn't we do that last time? Didn't we have a Branta? At
No,
some
it
function,
wasn't a
some
gift
event,
exchange.
it wasn't
It
there.
wasn't a gift exchange. I
It
think
wasn't
we can
there.
work out something to have a gift exchange. Everybody bring
That's,
a little gift, and we'll put it in, and
yeah,
everybody draws, and see what everybody pulls out. So at the Christmas time,
great.
we have a gift exchange. It won't be angel and earthling. It will be a gift exchange. So
There's a cost to the gift exchange, or
no,
you
no,
can bring
no, no,
anything. Just
no.
bring anything and put it in the
Just
brand
bring
club.
something phenomenal, something a thoughtful gift for a person on the 5.80. So it could be naughty or nice. So on the wrapping, put naughty or nice. So
Right. You know, that idea just popped up in her head, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
it did. So I think that would be nice. Everybody walks with a little something. We limit the cost, no more than probably $25. A little naughty or nice, and we'll put it in. Add to the fun of the
Yeah.
occasion. So no, we really look forward to closing off the year with, as usual, with you all, with lots of fun. And Gaia viewers, we really, really hope that this year many more of you could join us. We've had a few of you all coming along for our events, but this time Cafe Blue is no matter where you are. Once you get into
Yeah.
Port of Spain, whether you use the bus route, the highway, the Eastern Main Road, you just take a yellow band maxi up Bryson Road, you drop off, and to go back, same thing. If you're driving, you know where to get there. So accessible and happy, convenient. Good music, good food, good people. So we start Christmas, Jennifer. And we look forward to it. So
Great.
until next week, when we get into more seasonal issues, have a wonderful, wonderful week, everyone. Merry Christmas.
Goodbye.
50 Plus Tribe and follow us from Trinidad and Tobago and the Caribbean.
Thank you for joining us on this Connections 50 Plus 5.8G Alive show.
We hope you enjoyed the lively conversation and look forward to seeing you next week.
Don't forget to like our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
We really love getting your feedback. Bye for now.